Peace Collective. So today you may be experiencing sensitivity, being really sensitive to energies and everything that's around. And Collective, I had to come pull some cards to give you this message to see what was going on because I was overstimulated by sound, by touch, by every single thing, the air. So I made it my mission today to bring this to you, Collective, to tap into what you're going through as well and give insight. So I'm channeling this message with Archangel Raphael. I did pull some cards and I will be pulling some others. The first card that came out was spilled milk. This is where people are trying to dump on your playground, okay? Their mess is trying to spill over. See, you make sure that you keep yourself, your energy hygiene, you're on point. You make sure that you are tending to your vessel, your mind, your body, your spirit, okay? And your emotions as well, all the time. And Collective, right now, as I speak this message, there's energies that are not happy with the fact that you are the anomaly in the environment, that you are the anomaly in the astrals, okay? And what Spirit is saying, you know what, their mess isn't for you to clean up. Do not feel like it's your responsibility to even have to deal with it. I think it's actually a really good day to go out and get grounded, a good day to kind of seclude, but not seclude in a room, more so seclude yourself out in nature, get some sun, eat some fruits and vegetables, drink your water, allow yourself to smell the flowers. People's mess is their mess. And Spirit has actively been working with me deeply on not being rude to people, because I'm not rude, but I'm very protective of myself. But also understanding that I have boundaries, right? So, Collective, you may be addressing certain boundaries within yourself and navigating how to respect those boundaries, but also to not come off as you're being, rude or, condescending, because that's not the energy that you flow in. However, some people need to discern truth, and however they take your actions in protecting yourself and your boundaries in your energetic space, that is their perception and that is up to them to deal with you respecting your energetic space, okay? So it's time for them to clean up their mess. This is not a stage, Collective, where people can keep dumping, okay, their traumas, their hardships onto the empaths, onto those that they know, are going to clean up the karmas of others. The this is not the time that we're in. And Spirit is saying, let it go. These are minor problems compared to the things that you've conquered. Okay. And there's people that may be actively seeking you out, whether this is physically, whether this is in spirit, to get some guidance and counseling from you, and not your place, respectfully. Um, and they need to call on God at this particular point in time in their lives. And they're being uncentered within their own lives, and so now they're trying to make everyone kind of like sweat their small stuff, their traumas. It's not your responsibility. You put on your earbuds, you zone out. I got something to do. See you later. The next card that came out is the Knight. So this is where you're coming off like a knight in shining armor for a lot of these people, and it's not that you're giving this energy of like rescue. They see your light. And it's like, okay, this person, despite the circumstances that they're going through, despite, their hardships, they seem to have it together. They seem to be very well centered. They seem to, be at peace. They seem, to have a direction in which they're going. And so these people are looking at you like a knight in shining armor. And this is why you're overstimulated. It's not that you're overstimulated by your own internal world and workings, because you're not. You're very grounded and rooted, even in the experiences that you have astrally speaking, right? Exploring the etheric realms. you're rooted in the other realms. You're rooted even in this realm, right? So the person I'm talking to, you know how to navigate the realms very easily. And in navigating the other realms, you know how to navigate your life really easily. And I'm not saying that everything is picture perfect. What I'm saying is you're very centered within. And in this, in you being confident and you looking like the hero in someone's story, all you can tell them is like, honey, I can't help you. You got to be the hero in your own story. Now, if you want to pay me for some services, that's different. And even then, I still can't be the hero in your story because you can give them guidance, right? If they're coming to you for, spiritual services, but they still have to show up at the forefront of their own lives, right? And this is their relationship with the creator. And this is something that can take years, you know? Um, and then you have the white rabbit next to the card. This is you speaking, peaking, like they're peaking with curiosity concerning you. This person doesn't fit in this environment. This person doesn't, you know, everything that's going on, all the chaos in this world, the person just does not seem to be bothered by it, and you're not. You know, you've learned how to transmute the darkness into light. You've learned to confront the shadows, and you've learned to now bring that light to the darkness, right? In your own life. You've done the transmutation, and they're seeing this transmutation process, and this is racking a lot of people's heads. Now, mind you, because you have a lot of energies, a lot of like eyes looking at you at this particular point in time, this is where you're becoming very energetically sensitive because these are not people that you want to engage with, right? So now that you're kind of like the spark of curiosity for these people, there's a lot of spirits that are trying to um, figure you out, figure out your cause, figure out what you're doing, how you were able to even keep your own wherewithal, okay? So understand that the spark of curiosity that they are dealing with at this particular point in time is not them, the human vessel. Because the next card that came out is emptiness, okay? Just so y'all can see it. There's nobody home. What's home? They're host right now for parasitic energies. The ones that are trying to just kind of convolute you and overcrowd you at this point. No one's home. They're not even in their own jurisdiction. And so this is where that cycle has been completed. You are done pouring into situations that do not bear fruit. You are done pouring into situations where it's it's pointless. They have to show up for themselves. Like you've had to be forced to show up for yourself. Okay, collective. So this is where we're at this particular point in time. These are endings. Do not get wrapped up into their problems and make this a new beginning because that's only going to lead you to heartbreak. They're brokenhearted. And I do have to acknowledge this that I've been speaking to the creator and I've been saying, God, like it's hard to be in certain environments where you know that you can help people, but you're not meant to because they're not willing to help themselves. And so I want to acknowledge that as being an empath, as being someone who's spiritually in tune, this is a difficult it's a difficult thing to manage. It's a difficult thing to process. But overall, it's not meant for you to try to heal someone or even bring someone who's left in us, who's not home, who's left the security of their heart. This is where it's time for you to be like the grapes, okay? Be very abundant, be very fruitful. This is where you are pouring into yourself unapologetically. This is where you are harvesting where you are so present in the moment. You are harvesting the good. And if good is not around you, you leave to find goodness in nature, okay? Excuse me. This is where you're leaving to find, goodness in nature. Then you have the burning book or the book burning. To me, this is speaking to literally going into silence. Um, People's problems are not your problems. See, you've been roped into situations before because of your heart. This is where You still have your heart. You still care. But you understand that you can't keep repeating those same cycles. You can't keep repeating those same agendas. And in this book burning type of situation, you're moving into silence because you know that they're ultimately trying to destroy what's yours. They're trying to get you to use up and burn up your own energy. And this is a particular time where, collective, we have to be so sensitive to ourselves and honor ourselves and where this is going, collective. Okay? Excuse me. So, collective, okay? Do not let them get your goat. Basically, don't let them get you to respond. Don't even, it's not even responding like, in a certain kind of way. It's just responding, period, even in kindness, because that's taking from your resources. You're going to start feeling depleted more energetically. You do not have the strength today. And I feel like this can last a couple days where you have to recover. If you decide to engage with any of these people, you're going to have to recover. They're looking, they're fishing for information of who you are in spirit. And this is where you don't give it to them. And I needed to hear this message as well too. So thank you. I just want to sit here and say y'all are energetically sensitive today. Take care of yourself, take care of your well-being, take care of your mind, take care of your spirit. Thank y'all, and have a wonderful one from me in spirit. Peace.